Always remember.
What's up, guys? Okay, we're here with Joe Corroney, Lucasfilm artist. He's done a ton of stuff, specifically for all the fans my age. Joe, how's Fan Expo going?
It's going really good. It's been just one day down so far. It started yesterday. This show just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. So I imagine by Saturday, this place is going to be just off the chain.
Huge.
Yeah, it'll be so packed in here by Saturday.
Well, we're stoked that you're here. We brought up that you happen to be pretty involved with Lucasfilm on the art side of things. How'd you get involved with Lucasfilm that way?
It really started out like right out of college. Cool. I ended up getting published through West End Games, the old Star Wars role-playing game.
There you go.
Remember the whole D6 system?
Oh yeah.
So back in the day, I just graduated art college, sent a portfolio because I was looking for freelance work right away. I'd been published in some independent comics already at that point, but I wanted to break into Star Wars, so I sent some samples. They called me up and said, "Hey, we have a role-playing game. We want, I wanted to do artwork for it."
Yeah.
So they gave me some my first Star Wars projects, really, and I did that for a few years. And then West End Games, illustrating all those gaming modules and books and magazines, that led to doing stuff for Star Wars Insider magazine.
Speaking of which, Grayson and I went through our archives. We found this one specifically.
That's an oldie.
With it bookmarked right here with the Republic HoloNet News. So both of these would have been your pieces.
And these two also,
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. I did the illustrations every month for Insider for HoloNet News, which was a feature that ran for a few years in the magazine, but it first started, so before I did that, I was already doing other features for Insider, like a feature on the Grand Admirals of the Empire, Mandalorian culture and history. Like every month I was doing a different feature, and then that led to me doing HoloNet News for the Attack of the Clones viral marketing website. So then so I was working directly with Lucasfilm doing all these like 100 illustrations that would update every week for this in-universe news website that got fans hyped leading into the release of episode 2 back in 2002.
I know that website had a ton of clips for me personally. I was clicking all the time.
So I did all the art on that thing, and then once Attack of the Clones ended, they sort of transported HoloNet News to Star Wars Insider, and I'd already been doing stuff for Insider at that point, so it just was a natural fit. And then Pablo Hidalgo, who was the writer on HoloNet News, and now he's like chief creative at Lucasfilm. I've known Pablo since like 1990. I don't know. We both started in West End Games together.
That's incredible.
So he was a writer on a lot of those old gaming books.
He's one of the lore masters.
He's one of him and Leland Shee, who I've known forever too. So we worked together on the website HoloNet News, then Insider magazine, HoloNet News. Then I did I kept doing other features for the magazine, and then that led to doing stuff for other licensors like Topps Trading Cards, Hasbro, Dark Horse Comics. I mean, I've worked on Star Wars pretty steadily for the last 30 years. So,
do you have a Star Wars piece that, from your memory, you would say you're most proud of?
I mean, it's usually whatever the newest thing I've done, because I take everything I've learned previously with my art and apply it forward to the next project. So whatever it is, the newest thing I do, like for the last 5 years, I've been doing a lot of posters for Disney, like Disney Plus shows, and probably the last poster I've done, which is actually, I have 2 posters coming out for San Diego Comic-Con in a few weeks.
Wow.
For Star Wars through Lucasfilm. They're for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. So I have a Yoda poster and a Grievous poster. And they're big battle scenes. They go together.
That's got to feel pretty full circle for you. Like where you started with something like Insider and how long you were working in that time frame before, with the times of the prequels to now. That's got to be surreal. To
come back 20 years later and do more Revenge of the Sith art, you know, it's pretty cool. So
speaking of which, if I can, everyone has probably seen this image of Grievous. Specifically, talk a little bit about this piece, just because I know, at least for me as a Star Wars fan, this image is like burned into my brain.
Right. So that was the first image of Grievous that the general public had seen outside of the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars cartoon, right? Which that had come out just before, like he appeared in the last episode of that cartoon.
Yep.
Around the same time, Lucasfilm asked me to illustrate General Grievous for Star Wars Insider, which was I was like the first artist outside of ILM to do a rendering of Grievous, which they then used to promote the character in Star Wars Insider. And this was back in like January, February of 2005. So this was, whatever. So he wasn't even in the trailers.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, so was what they gave you for reference just off of Tartakovsky's Clone Wars?
No. No, I didn't have any of that. But I did have reference from ILM.
Okay.
And a lot of it wasn't even finished. Like some of the renders were incomplete, but it kind of gave me an idea of what he was like. That's why the cloak is that color.
It's amazing.
Originally had a different colored cloak, but it was pretty close. I mean, I had some ILM reference basically, but no one had seen him outside of the animated version, which had just come out. And then they wanted to promote Grievous in that January issue of Insider. And because he wasn't even in the trailers yet. It was a big reveal because when people got Insider, like, who's this guy? Like, unless you saw the cartoon a few weeks earlier.
Yeah, no, I mean, he is truly one of the, especially from that cartoon, that's one of the most memorable pieces from my childhood, specifically with the figure and the Lego. Where can people find you here at Fan Expo?
So I'm in Artist Alley. I'm at table 1816, which is like row 1800.
Dude, thank you so much for talking to us.
We'll have to do like a show together at some point.
Absolutely.
And then
we've got way more to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a whole bunch. I did like 20 paintings for Top Star Wars Galaxy. So I have a whole bunch of trading cards coming out for that set. So I have more stuff coming. We can always hype.
My nerd brain mouth is watering right now hearing all of that. So thank you so much. But come see Joe at Fan Expo Denver. He'll be here for literally the entirety of the time we are here. Go get some stuff. Thank you so much. May the Force be with you always.
Thanks, guys.
Your
May the Force be with you.
Reality. Let's go.
Thank you.